Hi Cancer, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. So Archangel Michael, what is it that Cancer needs to know? I hope you're doing well, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if this reading resonates with you. All right, what are we looking at for you today, Cancer? Sensuality. Ooh, I'm on board with this. Sensuality. Yay! Sensuality. I will be reading that, but let's get some more cards. Sensuality, Archangel Michael. This is very interesting. Sensuality. Someone is sensuous. I'm thinking Empress right away. Okay. And we have the Emperor. Wow. Okay, they can be sensual too. Emperor. Let's see. Taking the initiative may lead you closer to your goal, but only if you can bear the responsibility of all your actions. Yeah, that's what Emperor does. He would never make a decision or a choice to do something or to command someone do something and not take full responsibility for it. Whether it goes good or bad, they will take full responsibility for it. The Emperor does. Okay, well, there you go. And we've got the Magician. That's Emperor energy right there. The Magician energy is Emperor energy. Being a master manifestor, having everything, the resources. The Emperor in his empire has all the resources he needs in order to be able to keep building a really strong and powerful empire. Sensuality. Woohoo! Cancer. Concern. Oh, something's concerning to you, but it's a master number 33, so it's a concern that you will see your way through. See your way through. Yes. Okay. Sensuality. Where is it? Let's read that. Number 76. Sensuality is different from sexuality. Sensuality embraces the pleasures of life. Sensuality is of the senses, and the senses are of the body. The best way to get into the present moment and connect with the pulse of life is to become aware of your senses. Smell, taste, touch, and whatever. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? Listen with your whole body. Experience life more fully. The body's senses are so often repressed or numbed out. Savoring them is a spiritual practice. Returning to them is deeply healing. The body is the way home. Without the senses, deep joy isn't possible. Without the senses, pleasure isn't possible. Without the senses, intuition isn't possible. The body is intuitive. The sensual body is sacred. Return to the present moment through the gateway of your senses. Return to the pleasure of life through the gateway of your senses. Caress yourself, embrace yourself, experience yourself more fully. Receive the pleasure of this human life through your body's senses. This card is an invitation to receive more pleasure, to slow down and taste life a little more deeply, to make decisions based on what would bring more joy and bliss, rather than being driven by shoulds and duty. What makes you feel more alive? How can you embrace your sensuality a little more? How can you taste life a little more fully? Yeah, and every time I was reading that, what I thought about right away was that the Emperor, in all his wisdom and in all of his power, he is a doer. He's more of a doer and a thinker-doer, someone who is constantly strategizing and taking control. Somebody who is constantly delegating and doing things themselves too, to model, to show how things are done. That they would be, whatever they ask of their people to do or their warriors to do, they would do themselves, kind of thing. And people respect them for that. They earn a great deal of respect and dignity. They have a lot of dignity and integrity, is what I'm trying to say. And people see that. But of all that, they don't really necessarily sit back and take in the pleasures of the body, which of course they would, you know, because they'd have people fanning them with grape leaves and popping grapes in their mouth and stuff like that, and, you know, doing the pedicures and manicures and fitting them for the most beautiful fabric and for clothing and robes and things like that. They definitely probably have spa time, you know, and stuff like that. But the number one thing with the Emperor energy is to take charge and take control of one's life, one's mind. Being in the mind, you take care of your mind so that you can take charge of your life. And so they need maybe more energy or more time spent connecting with their body senses, like the book talks about. Connecting with their body, getting more in tune with what their intuition and their body urges and sensitivities are telling them. And when they do, they really do step into a powerful Emperor energy, because this is a master manifestor, which means that they are in touch with their intuition. They do connect with the divine. But they may not be, you may be somebody, Cancer, who is just looking more for it from a mental experience than a physical experience. Okay? And as a result, this could be a concern for you, because you may not be having the experiences that you would hope to be having at this point in your spiritual journey. And I'm just saying that as it was coming to me. It could be just for one or two of you, or all you Cancers. Let's see. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Well, Seven of Swords, you know, because it's the guy is creeping over to the other side's camp and stealing their swords and going to bring them back to his own camp. That way nobody can fight. Nobody can fight. Well, the Emperor, in all his wisdom, might decide to do that. You know, send his warriors to do that. Somebody. We'll see. The Star, okay, a wish has been fulfilled, and there's healing as a result with strength and courage. The Four of Cups. The Five of Cups, oh, little horse looks sad. The Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. The Eight of Swords. Okay. The Four of Swords. Okay, some healing time. With the Eight of Wands. Okay. Fast moving energy, communication. The Sun. The Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, a message. And your future, we have the Seven of Cups, all sorts of opportunities. The Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. The Ten of Swords, that's the end of that. The Six of Wands, victory, no, Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, reciprocity. Three, Four of Wands, Three of Swords, Four of Wands, the Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Well, we shall see. Okay, let's just put this over here. All right. It could be that you are, you know, Four of Wands, overcoming a heartbreak here. You know, coming out of the wounded warrior energy to be independently doing well with the Nine of Pentacles. And then you got the Four of Pentacles. So we'll see. All right, Archangel Michael, what do we got here? We got somebody who needs to feel it more, or you are feeling it more, but somebody who needs to feel it more so that you can really step into your Magician Emperor energy. Now, you're not always going to be in your Emperor energy, Magician energy. No, you're always already, you're always in Magician energy because it's always available for you to use it, but you may not always be in your Emperor energy. So in any case, what we have here is the Seven of Swords and the Star card with the Strength and the Four of Cups. That to me tells me that there has been a time that has been quite challenging for you. Somebody has been deceptive, sneaky, not showing their true colors, or just been manipulating you in some way. You're feeling like the person is not being real with you, that they aren't, that you're in some kind of situation or relationship that has to do with somebody kind of taking you for granted. Yeah, leading you astray, taking you for granted, making you think things that aren't true, and making you think things that aren't true, that they may say things about you that aren't true, but they also may be telling you, you know, I love you, I want to, or that I want to be with you for the rest of life, and then they go and they behave otherwise, right? Or if it's work. It's somebody who says, yeah, you work in this company for 6 months, and then you're going to get a pay raise, and you'll be promoted and all that sort of stuff, and that time comes and goes and it never happens. So you feel like you've been duped, right? That you weren't told the truth, that wasn't, because after you talk to some coworkers, you find out that they were told the same thing, but it never transpired, and it won't transpire until somebody sees that you've been doing it long enough and wants to give you a pay raise. It's not just kind of like an automatic thing or whatever. If you're, a good employee, of course. So there's some healing that needs to be done as a result, but this is here. You're aligning your energy right here with it. You're aligning your energy, but the thing about it is that there's a concern for you that it's, having gone through, I have the same concern myself, guys, is that you're doing, you're so, you trust and have faith in the divine, in the unseen, that as long as you stay happy, positive, and faithful, trust that everything will work out. That it'll all work out, and that all you have to do is to manifest. If you want to have a relationship with somebody in particular, and you think, well, all I have to do is be faithful and manifest that relationship into my reality through my mind, using my mind. And oh boy, yeah, this reminds me. Okay, so I just was reminded about the message I heard in my dreams a few nights ago. I have to want to try and say it right. To manifest without. To manifest without, that means outside of you, right? Something separate from you, your physical you. To manifest without, or else it would be to manifest within. To manifest without, speak to it. And what I got from that understanding is, speak to it. Well, it means I have to talk to it. And it means I talk to it. I talk to it like it's a person in the room. I talk to it as though it's my best friend. I talk to it as though it's my lover already. Or talk to it as though the money is like, what am I going to do with you today kind of thing, money. What are we going to do today? What are we going to do together today? Talk to the money. Oh, you're looking pretty good today. I really like the way you look, all piled up there. You look marvelous today. And I'm going to have so much, we're going to have so much fun today. You know, I'm going to have fun with you. We're going to have a good time in the sun, and we're going to go here, there, and everything because we can. We're going to run out of time before we run out of you. You know, you speak to it, talk to it. So when you're talking to it, it's like you're coalescing the energies in the ethers, right? You're coalescing the form because you're making it in your mind, you're making it a real thing. Does that make sense to you? You're making it a real thing. So if I want to say, you know, I'd like to have like $100,000 in my bank account. So you're going to say, holy cow, don't you look good as $100,000? You know, wow. Oh, you smell good too? Oh, I can smell you. I love the smell of fresh money. You know, stuff like that, right? You just talk to it as though it's really there. And that's to manifest without. That's the message I heard in my dream. That it wasn't dreaming, I guess, maybe it was, but I heard it and it woke me up and it made me cognizant enough to be able to say, I'm going to remember that. In fact, I actually started talking to a goal that I want to achieve right then. And while I was falling back to sleep again, I started having a conversation with the very thing that I have my sights on, kind of thing, okay? Just so you know, Cancer, I hope that is a helpful little tip for you. But that's what I'm seeing here, is that you are needing to speak your healing, speak your wish into reality. And because you're in the energy, this is why I remember this, in the energy of the Emperor energy, is that you've got to feel it like as though it's really there. You have the energy with, like, you've got your mind under control, okay? Your thoughts are more confident, more, you don't lack self-esteem, you're gaining wisdom, which means you're gaining a whole lot of traction in your life, basically, that you are capable of basically manifesting anything that you desire. However, if you don't feel it, you might, like, let's just say, Cancer, you want to have a particular relationship with a woman or a man, right? There's a particular one that you want to have a relationship with, and you don't know if that's ever going to happen, but you're working on manifesting that. Well, you're doing all the right things with your mind and all this sort of stuff, getting yourself into a better frame of mind, healing these thoughts and beliefs that you've held on to about maybe how maybe you don't look good enough, or you don't feel, or that you're not emotionally available enough, or you are, whatever it is that you might believe about yourself that's not true, okay? Believing things that's not true. Somebody's been telling you things that are not true, okay? And it could be just yourself telling yourself things that are not true about you. However, you're doing all that healing and all that, realizing and epiphanies and ahas about, oh yeah, I guess I kind of think this way, or yeah, I kind of talk like that. Like that, how people say it's a pain in the ass. Don't stop saying that. Don't say it's a pain in the ass. You know why? Because you're going to be experiencing things that are a pain in the ass, including the pain that you get in your ass. Like if you got a lower back or a sciatic nerve or something like that, you got lower back issues, you're going to feel pain in your arse area. All right. So, and if you sit a lot, you might just be feeling stiff and painful in your lower back area, which is your arse area. So don't change. If you're used to saying that person's a pain in the ass, change it. Don't change it to something that's a lot more life affirming, healthy, healing. Like that person, I really would enjoy having another person in my life right now. I really enjoy seeing that this person won't be in my life next month. Something. You gotta work at it. You gotta be creative and work at it, okay? Instead of complaining that someone's a pain in the bum, right? So anyways, there's a concern that if you're not really getting yourself into the feeling of it, which is when you speak to it, you actually, because you're putting your emotion into it, you're not just like lip service. You're speaking, you say, oh, you feel so good. Oh, that, you smell like brand new money. I love the smell of money. You're putting your heart in motion, your senses into it. You're smelling it. You might taste it. You might hear it, Oh, you said, what'd you say? Oh, you said you're awfully green today. Yes, you are. You look marvelous in green, because the American money is green. So yeah, Canadian money and European money is a lot more prettier, colorful, a lot more. So you could say, wow, you look fantastic in red. $50 bill. Yeah, $50 bill is in Canada is red. Okay, so anyways, moving on. You got things that you've got to be able to dig deep inside you, strength and courage for you to be able to say, life is not boring to me. Life is not going to disappoint me and bore me and make me feel sad if I don't achieve the manifesting, achieve the goals I want to reach through my powers that I've already started working to improve upon. Okay, and then the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is going to say, look at, I'm going to, your life is going to sweep you off your feet, or someone's coming in and is going to sweep you off your feet. Okay, and your destiny is that you are going to be standing in the energy of, I am dang, you're going to pull yourself out of that. Is because this concern that you have that I'm doing everything. I have storyboards. I spend time making sure that what I'm saying in my mind, my thoughts are positive and clear about my manifestation. I even meditate on it. I don't know. You yoga eyes on it. You yoga on it. But you're not bringing it deep within the pores of your body to actually feel it, to be real. You're feeling it into reality now. You've got the speaking and the thinking of it, but you got to feel it now. Your heart, putting your heart and soul into what it is that you believe will make you tick. Because otherwise life's got its own ideas, right? If we don't feel what it is that we want, truly feel it, like it's real and it's here, we own it. If you don't own it, feel it, then life's got a funny way of taking you away from that track, from having that experience. Okay, so yeah, you are going to be on the wheel that's going to be moving you away from being all caught up in your head. Like caught up in your head, I mean just trying to make sure that your thoughts and your beliefs and your attitudes and opinions are more of the life-affirming type of attitudes and opinions, that your beliefs, you're trying to tweak your beliefs, you're trying to change the way you think about yourself, the way you think about yourself as in relation to another person, having a relationship with another person, or the work, or whatever it is. You are going to be finding this ability to let your thoughts rest, the chattering mind. Let it rest. Let your thoughts rest and feel the passion, the communication of passion fly into you, just like incoming energy. And I get that especially when I'm sleeping or meditating. I will suddenly just feel this whole entire pressure of energy that comes. It feels like it's pushing on my body, but it's coming into my body, and it feels like my cells are like expanding outwards, just spanning out. I just feel like I'm bigger than I was, in the energetic way, not the literal physical way, though that's kind of what the sensation is. I feel like my body is actually getting a little bit bigger, and it sits in there for a little bit, and then it dissipates. But yeah, this is like that passion. I think of something and I allow myself to feel it. It comes in, and it's just like, it's like a beautiful, overwhelming sensation. It's a beautiful, overwhelming sensation. It's like no other kind of feeling, physical feeling. that I get. My head might even start tingling at the top, that kind of thing. But it's like feeling really, really lit up and happy from the pores inside your heart. And then you are really speaking your truth. You're speaking your truth. You're putting messages out to the ethers. You're shooting off those rockets of desire, like Abraham, or Esther Hicks speaks about with Abraham. And then you've got this whole field of opportunities that are waiting to coalesce and come into your physical form, into your physical life. It's about that, and it's just like you're not going to just be manifesting one thing. You're going to be manifesting a whole boatload of different things at the same time, because you are so into it, like you're like in it. You're literally physically sitting in it or standing in it now. That whole thought belief system becomes a physical experience, a physical sensation. Now you've got your whole self in it, not just mental, but emotional and physical. Well, where do we feel our emotions? Inside our bodies, of course. So the Son of Cups is, look here. This is the Knight of Cups. This is like, my cup runneth over, and all I can see is love. Feel love. I feel love. There's none of this going on anymore. It's like I am not going to be sabotaging or denying myself anymore with thoughts that are just leave me laying flat, leave me feeling flat, right? Like you're on the ground, dead and out, laying flat. Thoughts that leave you, it's lackluster. That's what came to me. It's lackluster, feelings of lackluster, because you're using your mind, which fantastic. You're getting your thoughts and thinking in aligned with wish fulfilling times, right? To that, I speak of this sometimes, where it's a whole other parallel world to you, or a universe to you, that you're going to come up against, you're going to come into, align to. And that's like your vortex, and in your vortex you got everything that you could ever imagine that you would like to, that your heart has shot rockets of desires into, and it holds all those rockets for you, that parallel world that you're going to come into alignment, because you're in this really great manifesting emperor energy. There is no problem mind-wise for you to get there, but you also have to feel it. So be concerned about that. Don't be too concerned about it, okay? But that's the concern, that you're concerned that you're not manifesting what you believe you should be manifesting right now with the work that you've been doing on yourself. I understand that. But if you're not spending enough time actually sitting in it and allowing yourself to be wholly in it, then there's a major part of your manifestation powers that's you're leaving. You're leaving out of the recipe, because this manifesting power is about the cup, which is the emotion, the love, right? Then you got the sword, the truth, and you got the pentacle, which is the physical part of it, the means of doing it, the resources and whatnot, and then the wands, which is the passion and motivation, inspiration. Okay, so you've got everything, except you may not be sitting in enough time. Maybe you do bring your heart into it and your emotions, and let you feel it in your body, but maybe you just don't do it enough or for long enough. It might just be a fleeting thing, but you're going to get it. Six of Pentacles. This is going to be equal give and take. It's going to be a balance. You're going to have a balance. Not enough time in your emotional, physical being self, feeling it really deep within the core of you, in your cellular makeup. You're going to find a balance. So everything is going to be in balance. All four of your resources, like the suits, right? All four of your resources are going to be in balance, in alignment, in balance with each other, and then you become a very powerful manifestor. You're just maybe hit and miss kind of thing, that you could do better, and you know that you'd like to do better. because maybe something that it is truly on your radar that you want to experience hasn't been showing up. And so try that, okay, Cancer? Take care of yourself. Bye for now.